Did the Contemporary do another menu update?
Princess and Bear here today. We are indeed at Disney's Contemporary Resort. It's time to go back to
Chef Mickey for breakfast.
Yes, the chef's cooking up some new things. As your number one choice of foodie infotainment, we're here to try all the things so you don't have to, because remember, she's vegan. I'm not. Let's go find out what this mouse is cooking.
It's time to foodie and chill.
Starting off breakfast the right way with a parfait. Yogurt, granola, berries. If you want more granola, they have it up there for you to add, and other fruits as well. Like the normal fruit for a buffet. Just gonna go all in, go deep. Get deep in there, like with our Disney feelings. I know this is meant for me to eat this with a spoon, but every time they give me one of these, I feel like I should be taking like a shot. Too much Disney adulting. But tasty though. Granola is nice and crunchy. The berries are fresh. It's layered in a way that doesn't make things soggy, so that's good. It's a nice little sweet treat for breakfast, but not overly sweet. I would give this a 3.75 out of 5 plus.
Bear gets a parfait and I get overnight oats. But I have yet to find a place that makes overnight oats better than Bear does. I gotta put that out there. This is very similar to the oats you can get at like many quick service locations around the resorts, like moderate resorts and value resorts for sure. I know like the All Stars has a big thing of this. It tastes more like chia seed than it does oats. The only thing that like redeems that is the granola on the top, but the granola is not supposed to serve as the oat. This just tastes like chia pudding with oats on top. If we're rating it based on the name, it's like a 1 out of 5. But if we're doing flavor, it's like a 3 out of 5. Just rename this to not overnight oats. Something like chia pudding would be more appropriate.
I'm seeing a very acute lack of oats in this, but I suppose the granola counts for something. We got berries and then the chia seeds. All the fixings that should make good overnight oats, but is it good? The ratio of things feels a little bit off. Luckily, the flavor is still good, but more, it's like too much yogurt, not enough of the overnight oats. The granola on top, because it's not balanced with everything else, ends up being like a weird texture grading. It's kind of sticky in the tea. I would give this a 3.5 out of 5 plus.
Not labeled as vegan, but actually vegan is this gorgeous avocado toast. This seems to be really popular amongst the entire line. I have pickled onion, tomato, a nice little Cuban bread, an avocado schmear, I'm gonna call it, because it's very like a liquidy toast. Cheers. It's not bad. There's like a basil in there that's really lovely. They should make more avocado toast like this. This is a hit. I actually saw a lot of people on the line just coming straight for the avocado toast and nothing else. And you can, if you're not vegan, you can put meats on it and whatnot. I'm sure Bear could have thrown his salmon on that. I would give it a 4 out of 5 avocado toast, and I'm proud of how popular it is.
So you have this beautiful avocado toast. You got individual portions up there you can take. Now this is vegan, it just doesn't have the plant symbol on it. But everything on here is dairy and egg free. And a little toasty, gigantic egg, and giant tomato with tons of avocado. That is avocado toast. I could do with the bread to be a little bit more toast, but it holds together well. The avocado is amazing. I actually like the tomato. I thought it was gonna be too much, but it's just enough. That is great avocado toast. I'll give that 4 out of 5 plus. So up on the line, they have what just looks like a bunch of things, like in a stacked tiered tray. You have bacon pieces, pico de gallo, green onions, cheese, and sour cream. And then beneath that, which is very easy to overlook, they have flour tortillas. So it's basically a make-your-own taco section. So I made a little mini taco. Now, I suppose I could have modified this and got some like scrambled eggs from the kid station, but I have another idea after I take a bite of this. Fresh tortilla, crispy bacon, pico de gallo's got that nice punch to it. You really couldn't ask for too much else. I'll give that a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. Even at Disney, sometimes I attempt to show a little restraint. They have deviled eggs here. Now they have deviled eggs on a little tray. You can scoop them out one at a time with a little tiny spoon. I was tempted to take the whole tray. I'm like, no, let me behave. There are kids here. I'm showing anything horrifying. So I got a single, 2/3 of the way filled deviled egg. Just the one. Am I gonna go back and get more later? Probably. But you don't need to see that monstrosity. Significantly deviled, tangy, a little overly salty, but still good. I would give that a 3.75 out of 5 claws. It's no church lady deviled eggs from Homecoming, but it's still extremely tasty. Now, also on the line we have pre-sliced smoked salmon. Now, they just have the smoked salmon up there by itself. There's no toast or anything else to put it on. But I figured it was still worth a shot. I know how people love their smoked salmon for breakfast. So, little fishy, but very good. Nice smoked flavor. You don't got like that smoked salmon slime on it, which is good. It is tasty. It's delicious. I would give that a 3.5 out of 5 claws. Now, because internally I'm a foodie crash out, I see salmon and I see a tortilla that doesn't have enough stuff in it. So we're gonna put the smoked salmon in this taco. And now we have a smoked salmon bacon breakfast taco with sour cream. That combination is amazing, especially with the acidity from the pico de gallo. On top of that, they hit a bit of citrus in there. And then the crispiness of the bacon. I have 0 regrets. More salmon breakfast tacos. Give that a 4 out of 5 claws.
I always seem to torture myself with oatmeal at the buffets. It's always the same oatmeal, and if you're gluten-free, it is not certified oats, even though it's marked gluten-free, so please eat at your own risk. Especially if you're celiac, you might not want to. So, I put brown sugar this time. Usually I go plain, but I didn't want to torture myself like I usually do. Tastes like oatmeal. I actually have no notes. I could eat a few bowls of these, but I personally like oatmeal, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 oatmeals.
A bowl of oats to oatmeal is a meal. I love oatmeal. I eat oatmeal every day for breakfast. Sometimes I do. A little bit of cinnamon, nothing wrong with that. I usually do a little bit of cinnamon, pinch of the brown sugar, pinch of the maple syrup. It's usually enough for me. And a solid oatmeal. I usually like my oatmeal a little bit more thicker than anything. Almost like paste. But this is pretty close to that. The cinnamon adds a touch of sweetness without going overboard into like candy territory. I don't want it candied, I just want my oats. And it's good. I give that 3.25 out of 5 stars. A nice tiny bowl of the cheesy grits. Grits, this. Now, if you want, you can get extra cheese at the taco station to add on to your grits.
Good morning.
Very well combined, very smooth. Not as gritty you would expect. I would give that 3 out of 5 claws. So for those of you that like a healthier breakfast meat option, they also have turkey sausage at the kids station. So a nice turkey sausage patty.
I use a lot of it anyway.
Nice and flat, nice and round. Churros. There's one thing about turkey sausage, you can't ever mistake turkey sausage for anything else. Like, you will know in that first bite, that is in fact a turkey sausage. But I love them, mainly, because turkey sausages don't tend to be very greasy, but still being like very moist. This is very well seasoned. Got that breakfast spice to it that I like. I could do with more of those. 4.25 out of 5 claws. A nice pork sausage, Game of Thrones style. Tastes like Greyjoy and pork sausage. Not overly greasy, well seasoned, definitely got that pork flavor. It's good. 3.75 out of 5 claws. Continuing the trend from the last menu update, they're now serving like specialty items on like little mini personal trays of things. So you get this little mini tray of shrimp and grits with your own little shrimpies, onions and peppers in there, some green onions in the sauce. That is cute. And we like cute single servings of food. Somebody has been spending some time down on the bayou because that has a little bit of touch of magic to it. Previously, anytime we've encountered like shrimp and grits, not anytime, but most times we encounter shrimp and grits on a buffet menu, it's like grits and then the shrimp is separate. This is like made to order, so it's like definitely a lot more focus than just adding the shrimp on yourself. Honestly, it's very tasty, very breakfast. It's good. I would have more of that one. I'll give that 4.5 out of 5 claws. No Disney breakfast would be complete without the Disney stepped on bacon. You won't find the bacon anywhere on the property. It's more trampled looking than this. I'm kidding, they all look trampled. It's crispy, it's delicious. I like it. I give it 4 out of 5 claws. Now, if there's something on the line you want bacon on, remember they have bacon bits in the taco section. So if you say you wanted to sprinkle a little bit of bacon on your frittata, you can do that. If you wanted to sprinkle a little bacon on top of your biscuits and gravy, go ham. This is a buffet. Modify, create, make your own foodie paradise. Ham. Nice sliced country ham or Canadian bacon, however you describe it. I believe is probably one of my favorite breakfast meats. Just a nice griddled slice of ham. Ham is my one case study. So you can have a ham for breakfast, then I can have breakfast for dinner. And that's my entire argument right there. That is tasty. I give that 4 out of 5 claws. More hash, please. We have the potato hash. Now, this is actually where the meat came from. She's got tons of meats and peppers and crispy looking potatoes. That tastes very much like potato hash. Sausage, peppers, crispy potatoes. They do have a plant-based hash on the line. However, the old school potato style is not. But I'm sure if you were super nice to the cast members, and you better be nice to them, you could ask them maybe to whip you up some without the meat in it. But that is good. I would give that 4 out of 5.
The plant-based hash here has changed quite a bit. They used to put just in it and Impossible crumbles. Now it's like kale, black beans, and like some shredded, what is this called? Cabbage? Yeah. This is giving like the bowl that they have over at Contempo Cafe. I'm a little scared of this. It's flavored pretty okay, but they have flour tortillas over in the station that are vegan, I would put this inside of flour tortilla and like throw some pico on there. And I think I would be a little bit better. This on its own, it just tastes like a filling. I would give it a 3.5 out of 5 scrambles. It doesn't feel like a scramble to me. It's more like a stir fry.
I feel like the possibilities of breakfast hash are not completely explored territory. It's given Artemis 2, but on a plate. But plenty of the kale, plenty of the peppers. I like the black beans. Even though when I lift this, honestly, it's reminding me of like the Oculus T from Aliens Earth. I don't know why I'm attributing that with food. That's not very appetizing. That's where my mind goes. It's given a hash that's leaning like slightly into like the Tex-Mex category, but I like it. I like what the black beans and the kale do together. The crunchiness of the cabbage. It's still hash. It's just elevated a little bit. I think works well for Chef Mickey. I would give that a solid 4 out of 5 claws. I can do for more of that one. This place will fall apart is not for you. Number one. He just said call the credit. We know this. Here we have the frittata. This not says what's in the frittata. The label literally just says frittata, but I can already see that there is some spinach, there is some tomato, there might be a pepper or two in there, but no meat. So vegetarian at the very least. Very fluffy, very excellent. Tasty. I can do with more of that. 4 out of 5 claws. So eggs galore up on the buffet. We have this egg, mushroom, and steak scramble. You got plenty of the steak and the dirt rooms, and they scramble it up. Mushrooms are nice and sauteed. The steak be steaking. It's a scramble. A little runny for my taste, but the batches get switched out very often, so pick your poison. I would give that 4 out of 5 claws. Keeping on the egg theme, they have an excellent omelet buffet up there. So you have a plant-based omelet, you can get a vegetable omelet. They also have a 3-cheese omelet, and then they have a ham and cheese omelet. I went with the ham and cheese version, but you can get any or all 3, or even have one freshly made if you so wish. I'm liking the extra small ham pieces, just small enough right, to fit well on the omelet, but not too big where I feel like it's an extra chew on top of already eating the omelet. That is very good. If you like omelets, this may be the buffet for you. I would give that one 4 out of 5 claws.
The plant-based omelet. I love that they have an omelet here. A lot of places have been getting rid of their omelets. They got a healthy supply of just. If they don't, they actually pre-make them. But if they don't have them available, just ask Chef and he'll make them for you fresh. I got mine fresh. I would put some pico on this from the taco station. Really, the winner of this entire buffet is the taco station because it does everything for you. I was chatting up with the chef while he was making this omelet, and he said he loves to cook, like it's just his passion. And he doesn't even care if he makes omelets at home. He'll make them on his day off. And you can really taste that in this omelet. It is a perfectly executed just omelet, and he made it lickety split. What I thought was interesting is that he put a couple of veggies in the pan initially, and then he poured the just, and then he put more veggies on top, and then he kind of like made the omelet. And I think that actually created like veggies throughout that really makes it delicious, so that you don't have a piece of like bland just at all. This is a really great, really well executed omelet, and I would eat omelets from this chef every single day. That is a 5 out of 5. That is a Princessities item. It is rare when you can find a perfect vegan omelet at Disney World, especially with the just, this is one of them. And Donald agrees.
Getting plant-based omelets on the line, that's progress. We love that. More of that. Now, I love the layers already present in here. It's cooked with love and care, and you can tell just by looking at it. This could just be carton just egg slop on a plate, but it's not. It's culinary artisanal. This feels like a redemption. We had a Just Omelet recently in a previous video. This is not good. This is how Just Omelet should be cooked. 4.5 out of 5 plus. Getting fancy at Chef Mickey with crepes. We have a hazelnut, chocolate, and banana crepe. Like we just went to the creperie, and now you guys are offering us crepes here. I'm not mad at more crepes everywhere. Doing crepes proud. It's almost like banana pudding in crepe form, and I'm not mad at that. All it's missing is a shot of Grand Marnier for me to slip slowly while I eat this. I'll give that 4 out of 5 plus. Beignets remain. So you have nice crispy beignets here. And then Donald doing all the work. And me taking all the credit. Nice filled beignets. These look better than the beignets in Magic Kingdom. Yes, that is a little bit of shade. That is a tasty beignet. It's making me miss Scat Cat's beignets over at Port Orleans French Quarter. Definitely an improvement. Last time we came here and got the beignets for breakfast, I was not a fan. I thought they needed work. I still thought they were better in Magic Kingdom, and they in fact are. But this is still very good. That 4.25 out of 5 plus. Finally, it's one of the waffles, the Mickey waffles. Not to be ignored. I'm gonna pour. Fill in all the parts of Mickey that everybody knows and loves. Then, after all that work, I'm just taking an ear. You always start with the ears. A little syrup pool. Let a penny for every time a character is coming to a mouthful. I might almost be able to afford a Disney cocktail. Almost. Nice, crispy waffle. Honestly, I think the plant-based ones are a little bit better today. I would give that a 3.75 out of 5 plus.
Now we have our friend the allergy waffle. This is also by request, vegan and gluten-free. It comes with your own little maple syrup here. And I did have to ask for butter. The interesting thing about the butter here is that it's smart balance and not earth balance. Though they do say vegan and gluten-free. So I'm going to get into there.
We still have it, but I'll see.
All right. On the ear you go. And then in princess fashion, we dunk. We do not pour. Nice, clean bite that does not get syrup all over the plate. I treated that like earth balance. That was a bad life choice. Oh, way too much butter. Oh, not for me. And my knife had some sugar on it still too, so I had like a little crunchy action. That was tasty. I like it outside of my mistake of putting too much butter. I would give it a 4.5 out of 5 waffles. It's nice. It's waffle-tastic.
Mickey waffles shall not be ignored. So even the princess gets some with its allergy, free and vegan, gluten-free waffles. Nice and fluffy, not burnt, not raw. Give it a little dip, little circle dip in there. Always start with the ears. That's a Disney adult less than life. That vegan Mickey waffle represents the pinnacle of plant-based Mickey waffles, nice and fluffy, crispy outside. You can ask for no better example of a Mickey waffle, vegan or not. I would give that 4.5 out of 5 points.
They have chocolate sauce on the line, and it is labeled as plant-based, so I couldn't resist covering my Mickey in chocolate in the worst kind of way and trying it with the chocolate, because you want to have unique Mickey waffles everywhere, right? Like, that is how you do it. That tastes like cake. They should offer chocolate sauce on Mickey waffles everywhere. Literally. That's a 5 out of 5. That's a Princess Cities item. That's the only way to eat this.
As my ancestors always say, the more chocolate, the better. And I believe in that wholeheartedly. Even on the Mickey. For a Mickey waffle that's already the shining example of what Mickey waffle should be, the chocolate only further enhances that. That is literally a 5 out of 5 clause. I'm not usually a toppings person on my waffles or pancakes, but in this case, I shall make an exception. Now we're going to the ultimate part of breakfast, the pancake section, because everybody knows that pancakes are the best breakfast item. I don't have any empirical evidence to put forth for that. I'm just telling you that they're perfect in every way. Now you have a choice between 2 different kinds of pancakes. You have the Funfetti celebration pancake, which is tan looking one right here. Try that first. I had some Fetties, but they all fell off, so.
It's going to be really sweet.
That is a pancake with an emphasis on the cake part. That is more like cake than pancake. Fluffy, sweet. It's like a flattened out birthday cake almost. Do that, 4 out of 5 plus. Next up we have the blueberry pancake. This huge blueberry here on the side. And they do also have, if you prefer, they have strawberry and blueberry syrup, which are both plant-based. So if you want to top your pancakes with additional things, you can do that. Blueberry pancake is less pancake and more approaching muffin, but still good. 4 out of 5 plus. Potatoes are the quintessential breakfast things, and I've said it 1,000 times these buffets. Never skip the kids section. They're hiding all the tasty treats. And why should the kids only get the treats? So if you do wander over to like a little lowered portion, they have cheesy potatoes. So cheesy hash browns, a little crust on them, a little vat. Look at that. Cheesy, potatoey, like a mild cheddar. With like 40% cheese, 60% potato. That's a good ratio, I would say. I would give those 4 out of 5 plus. You have buttermilk biscuits on the line, and you also have a helping of sausage gravy. Vegetarians, you can get the biscuit by itself. Obviously, the sausage gravy is not vegetarian. So, I went ahead and combined both. A nice buttery biscuit with a little touch of the sausage gravy. So let me take it. No? Maybe. There you go. Very biscuity. Very much of the buttermilks. A touch of the spice in the sausage gravy, like spices, not spicy. That's tasty. If you love bread in all its various forms, you will love this. I would give this 4 out of 5 plus. Wouldn't be Disney if there wasn't pizza. So breakfast pizza. You have bacon, sausage, and egg pizza with a little bit of cheese. There's some. It's nice and breakfast filled, because why can't pizza be for breakfast? It's not just day old last night pizza, it's fresh breakfast pizza. I've always thought the combination of egg and sausage was pretty, not egg and sausage, thought the combination of sausage and bacon was kind of redundant. This actually makes a sort of case for it with the spicy breakfast sausage and then the crispy bacon. Goes well on top of a breakfast pizza. I'll give that one 4.25 out of 5 claws. There's a reason why every time I've gone to the buffet, almost all this pizza's been gone. This is one of the new items, and new to me, it is potatoes limerence. Interesting. It just looks like a bunch of braised potatoes with onion. I think maybe there's some mushroom in here. A little bit of meat. Is that meat? Yeah, there's meat. Interesting. I guess I'm just folding it over and I'm eating this whole thing. It basically feels like they thinly sliced potatoes and threw those in when they're caramelizing onions. So like the potato is just like onion flavor. Think like a scalloped potato without the cheese and it's just onion flavor. That's about where you're at. I would give that 3.75 out of 5 claws.
I got the wonderful margarita for the morning. It just tastes like a margarita. There's really nothing to write home about it. I don't really think you need a drink here when you have hog juice and coffee, but you know, I would give it a 3 out of 5 margaritas.
If we're gonna breakfast / brunch, of course I'm trying out a mimosa. The legacy mimosa in this case, not a regular mimosa, which apparently they do have, just not on the menu. The legacy, I guess because there's whiskey in it, and when you pass away from drinking too many of these, you will leave your legacy in the mimosa. I'm not quite sure. So, Uncle Nearest, cheers to the mimosa. Maybe all mimosas should have whiskey in them. A little extra kick, a little jump start, like those car battery chargers for my taste buds. That 4 out of 5 claws. It's weird though. Most expensive cocktail on the menu, mimosa.
So on the pastry section, the one vegan thing is bagel. So I got the bagel, I toasted the bagel, and then I have butter. So I'm going to use butter on the bagel to eat said bagel. And I did love the little wooden tongs they had for the toast. That was cute. I'm not trying to drown this in butter like the mistake I made with the waffles. All right. Cheers. The toaster is a little weak and it takes a while to toast something and the bagels fall apart like just eating bread. But if you bread and butter it, it's pretty good. I just wish they had vegan cream cheese, but that's like literally asking for the moon, so I'm not going to do that. I would give it a 4 out of 5 bagels.
A nice bagel for breakfast. Buttered, toasted, adequately buttered, adequately toasted. Soft toast, hard toast, preference thing. It's a bagel. It's fine. No complaints. 3.5 out of 5 claws. We've come to the mysteries of the pastry section. My one critique for all the pastry sections at any Disney buffet is that they're rarely labeled the exact flavor of everything that's up there. So it's a guessing game. This was simply labeled turnover. Is it just a fluffy pastry? Is it filled with fruit? Who knows? We're going to find out. Guava turnover. With the guava filling so thin, it's like the soul of a Disney reseller.
Oh my God.
Barely guava. Barely human. I give that 3 out of 5 claws. Now, this little pastry was simply labeled Danish, but there's clearly two different types of Danish sitting on the line. One has this white icing, the other does not. I'm assuming this one's going to be some kind of fruit-based Danish. Let's find out what fruit. Apple, maybe? That's half right. Apple cinnamon Danish with a little bit of icing on it. Also, as hollow as a Disney reseller. Empty, empty. 3 out of 5 claws.
There's a couple of by request items that you can get here at Chef Mickey's, one of which is this beautiful little donut. It is a sugar donut, which is nice. You can get a similar one actually at Ohana for breakfast. I love like the cinnamon of this. This is really, really nice. It's almost like beignet, like or maybe not beignet, because beignets aren't coated with anything. Maybe like a donut hole. Or, well, I guess it's a donut. It makes sense. It's very delicious. I like it. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 donuts. I think more places should carry plant-based donuts available to everyone.
I love to say that the music here today in Chef Mickey is insane. I'm not really sure if I should be breakdancing, disco dancing, or singing. Maybe all three. Anyway, sugar donut, plant-based. It looks soft. It makes me miss Krispy Kreme already. Either way. It's definitely more of a cakey donut. Not that it's a bad thing. It's more of a preference thing. You're not getting any sort of like weird aftertaste, like it's plant-based or anything else like that. It just tastes like a nice mini donut. Soft, it's moist, goes well with breakfast. I feel like it would do well dipped in some coffee or something. But it's tasty. I'll give that 3.75 out of 5 claws. Here we come to the second mystery Danish. I'm assuming this one is cheese. Or something. And it looks like cheese. Cheese Danish. Those of you with varying levels of lactose intolerant, be warned. I give that 2.75 out of 5 claws. Not the best. We have a flaky mini croissant. Any croissant that fits in my hand is from henceforth a mini croissant. It should be at least approaching the size of my foot. A plain buttered croissant, very butter forward. If you need jams or jellies, to the left of the pastry section on a little tower all by its lonesome, there are several jellies. You can get strawberry, grape, and I do believe there's like an icing over there as well. I would give that 2.5 out of 5 claws.
Now we have new allergy muffin. I don't usually get a muffin when I come here. Let's see. Oh, it's blueberry. Nice. Looks nice and gluten-free. Interesting. Blueberry really adds a lot of flavor to bread, and it really like resonates. So you just get a lot of blueberry flavors in there. You don't really get a dense dough that you expect with like a Chef Mike bread or something like that. I actually think this is pretty good. I would give it a 4 out of 5 blueberries. It is impressive.
Muffins galore here with this allergy muffin filled with the blueberries. Little oats in the top. I can get on board with this. I can be the new muffin man. This muffin feels tricksy and false. I believe, my taste buds do lie to me sometimes. I believe it's lemon blueberry. The hint of the lemon in there. And tricksy and false lemon blueberry muffin. I expected blueberry and I was greeted with that initial taste of that lemon flavor and I feel bamboozled. Luckily, it still tastes good. It's just lemon. I would give that 3.5 out of 5 claws. I will not detract from the muffin just because I have an internal disdain for overly lemon flavors. This cute unlabeled pastry item is a Mickey celebration muffin. You see the little Mickeys and chocolate chips on the top there. It's cute. Funfetti muffin with chocolate chips in it. It's definitely Mickey shaped. Mickey-ish. I would give that 3.5 out of 5 claws. Here we have the thing that everybody's been waiting for, or at least the thing that was advertised the most, is the warm, sticky cinnamon rolls. They're warm in a pan. It is the only thing on the line over there for the pastries that is under a heat lamp. And they have plenty. But even though they have plenty, it was the thing that they had the most of on the line. I hope that is not a sign of things to come. It is warm. It is sticky. But it's not as soft as I would expect it. It feels like it either spent too much time or not enough under the lamp. But it's not as soft as I was expecting. It's not a Cinnabon level soft. It's like 50% of the way there. But still a warm Cinnabon. It does classify as what it advertised as. I just wish it was a little bit softer. I would give that 3.25 out of 5. Chef Mickey served us up an amazing breakfast.
Always a wonderful time. Lots of variety of food options. More than I even expected. I think the menu changes are so much better because I remember the last time that we came and I was like, nothing is labeled. There's hardly anything for me to eat and I had a horrible experience. This time I'm leaving full, and it's always great when both of us get to leave full instead of one of us.
Yeah, the culinary team is doing great things here. They've been making a continued effort over the past 8 to 12 months, revamping the menu to make things a little bit more specialized, more special. Chef Mickey, I always thought in the past, was like, especially for breakfast, was just like run-of-the-mill breakfast fare and like nothing unique. They have a lot more unique items and they're served fresher. They're doing a lot better job like trading things out even when they've been sitting in line for a little bit. And it shows because they're putting a lot of care on this new food, and we love that.
I say Chef Mickey's dinner is more like eclectic. Like you usually, each station is a piece of like a different country. So every country is represented in like a melting pot. That's kind of like an America thing. And breakfast didn't really represent it like dinner did. And now I feel like breakfast is kind of on par with dinner as far as like representing multiple things and executing each one of those things really well.
Yes. I will say though, even though the buffet did initially look mirrored on both sides, there are different things in each side, so be sure to explore to make sure you get everything.
Oh, and I, as a vegan, forgot to get the potato barrels and the fruit, but I mean, it's potato barrels that are plain and fruit, so.
The potato barrels are hidden in the kids station. But we want to know what you guys think of all the new items that we've shown you. Do you think Chef Mickey's still a good time or good value for your money? Let us know in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else you can see us do, the comments will always be the place to find us. Hit the notification bell to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear might yeet himself down the escalator instead of safely walking and, I don't know, standing clear of the doors. That's the word.
Clearly, I need adult supervision.
Please stand clear of the doors.
You heard the girl.